Hello, great city of Brooklyn. Hello, friends of Brooklyn. I'm smelling the flowers and I'm living large. We got a great show. Brooklyn 2.0, the 8th edition, summer repairs. What we're going to do on this show is we're going to go to a house that needs repairs in the great city of Brooklyn. We're also going to go to a house that should be in better homes and gardens. And then we're going to end it with cars. I'm here with David Kolsar, building commissioner for the city of Brooklyn. Mike Palcisko.
Thank you.
You know, Dave, I know the residents of Brooklyn take pride in their homes, but there's that 5% that don't take pride in their homes. As the building commissioner, how would you get this house up to code?
Well, Mike, we've got a house here that you can see needs some tender loving care. The gutters are overgrown with leaves. It's a simple fix. Keep your gutters clean. Okay. You won't have that type of growth in it. Miscellaneous painting, not a lot, but there's some tired trim that needs freshening. Also a fairly inexpensive fix. Okay. Here's an example of a broken light that should be fixed. It does pose an electrical hazard. Not an expensive fix. And of course here you see the siding is coming off the house. Absolutely something that would need to be repaired, replaced. And the gutter's missing. And with gutters that are missing or clogged, blocked up like it is in the front, it could definitely pose water issues for the basement and foundation of the house.
I see these windows, they're not efficient.
Correct.
How would you get these up to code?
Window replacement are the best typically for these old double hung wood sashed windows. These are single pane glass. Of course they have storms on them. We'll make them a little bit more efficient, and they could be repaired and maintained, but the best way to go is to replace with more efficient insulated glass windows.
Like a double pane?
Exactly.
Triple pane. What would be the process to refurbish the actual home? Maybe the lights, the gutters. Who would be responsible for that in the city of Brooklyn?
Sure. Well, the homeowner's ultimately responsible for maintaining their home and their property. They can hire contractors. The city does have a list of registered contractors for all various types of remodeling, construction work on homes. Electricians can be hired to take care of a light fixture like that. Some homeowners are capable of replacing the fixture. It's not a very difficult process if you take a few precautions.
You know, Dave, all the lawns in the great city of Brooklyn and the landscape is beautiful. But I look at this lawn. I mean, look how high this grass is. Look at the weeds. Look at the hay. Who would maintain the grass? What department in Brooklyn, in the city of Brooklyn, would maintain the grass?
Well, when lawns are not cut, we receive the complaints of the building department. We will cite the owner, if they're able to be found, to cut the grass. If it's not cut within 48 hours, then the city will actually cut it and then charge the owner, or if there's no ownership in place at the time, it would be lien to the property.
I see. Dave, our whole conversation has been on repairs to this house, but would you do the repairs, or would you give them to another department, or is there some type of inspector in the city of Brooklyn that comes out?
Sure. Marty Byer here is our property maintenance inspector. As you see now, his job is to go to these homes either by complaint or as he sees them through our regular sweeps, and he will cite all the violations on the property that need attention.
Marty, let me ask you, what are you looking for right now, Marty? I see you filling out that clipboard there. Is it the broken window? Is it the side here?
Well, there's several things right here.
Okay.
You have a damaged siding corner, and then the window trim on the outside is peeling, so that would need to be abated. And then you notice the cracked window, the inside window.
I know why you brought me here. You're telling me that house on Orchard is going to look like this house. Look at these beautiful awnings. Look at this landscaping. Look at this immaculate yard. Dave, this is incredible.
That's it, Mike. With a little bit of effort, any house can look like this. You'll notice the gutters are clean. Everything's freshly painted.
I feel like Vanna White. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
It's nice and landscaped. Awnings are very nice. Shutters. Everything's all bright, clean.
Look at this driveway. You don't see any weeds. You've got the glass block windows. You got the windows up to code. And look at this beautiful garage. I mean, this whole yard is immaculate. So as a building inspector, your ultimate goal is to make every house in Brooklyn like this.
It would be great if it was, yeah. But yeah, that is our goal. Of course, not every house is going to look as beautiful as this. A lot of maintenance. is required on these older homes, especially the brick homes like this. You'll see that a lot of them lose their mortar over time, so that's a high maintenance item, something that really needs to be stayed on top of.
Do a lot of these houses need chimney pointing?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's something that most people won't look at very often until it's really falling apart.
And that would be a disaster for chimney go.
Absolutely.
Marty, look at this yard. Look at this backyard. I know this house should be in Better Homes and Gardens. Better Homes and Gardens. Look at the patio, the awnings, the yard, the trees, the landscaping. Let me ask you this question as a building inspector. Did you find any mistakes with this house?
No, everything looks great. If you notice too, one of the keys to a good property is the homeowner has kept things updated. You have, for example, the garage door, which we run across a lot of garage doors in poor repair. It's a newer metal type door. The fence is newer, not just structurally with the house, but awnings, perfect shape. You have too the landscaping. The grass is cut, no weeds, so this is about as good as it gets. One other thing here to point out is the gutters. Last stop we made, you were missing the gutters. Here you've got the gutter, you've got the downspout correctly installed to the storm sewer.
So how would you rate this house? It's like, I know you rated the house on Orchard. As a building inspector, is there like a scale that you would rate the houses?
I don't have scales, but I would definitely tell you it's at the top. This is what we wish all properties would look like.
This is beautiful Brooklyn. Beautiful Brooklyn. And I'm here with Marty. Thank you. Wally!
Hey, good afternoon, Mike. How are you today?
Doing well. Mike Palcisko, it's an honor to meet one of the pillars of the great city of Brooklyn. Wally, how long have you been in business?
I started back in 1980.
1980, so 35 years. Why Brooklyn?
I married and moved into Brooklyn in '66 and just loved the city. And when I had an opportunity to get my own business, I thought this is where I wanted to be.
Now I see that you have Wally's Auto Service. What type of services do you offer? Is it oil change, engine work? Tell me about some of your services that you provide for the community.
Just about anything maintenance-wise and mechanical-wise that we can do. Transmissions are a specialty item which we send to a transmission shop, but about anything else we take care of here.
How many cars do you get a day? What's the average in your lot? About 15, 20 cars?
Yeah, probably between 12 and 15 a day.
So it's just like a dentist's office, nonstop.
Yeah, it sure is.
To get an appointment. Well, I know. This is neat, very neat, nostalgic. When I come into Wally's, I see all these great cars. You got the 64 Impala, 68 Chevelle. How did you start collecting these cars?
Oh, started about 15 years ago or so. I was at an auction and I bought a couple cars. I'm a real Mopar freak, and this cabinet here is all Chrysler products basically. And then the other cabinet's got some NASCAR stuff in them. I'm a NASCAR race fan, so.
What's your most unique piece? I see you got the General Lee there. I love the General Lee. I see you've got, what is this, a Super Bee? Is that a Charger or a Super Bee?
It's a Charger.
Okay.
Most of these on this rack are all the Chargers because I happen to own one, a classic Charger, and I collect the models to go with it.
Outstanding. I am in the laboratory of Wally's. Well, I got a story to tell you. I got a 63 Classic Rambler AMC. I've got problems. I've got brake pads. Do you work on brake pads?
Yes, we do.
Brake pad problems. I've got exhaust problems, muffler problems. Do you work on the muffler? Exhaust?
Sure.
And I also have problems with the tie rods.
Not a problem. Chuck holes in Cleveland, everybody has trouble with tie rods.
Not in Brooklyn. We fix our chuck hole problems. Wally, what are you working on with this car here? What's the service with this car?
This one came in with a fuel leak. She smelled gas, and she's got a rotted out fuel line underneath it. So we're doing a repair on it.
If we were to look, where would the fuel line be? I mean, I really don't. I know a little bit about cars, but not a lot. Where would the fuel line be here?
On this one,
yes.
this is part of it. He's in the process of hanging right now. It runs underneath the car, from the gas tank all the way up to the engine. And with the road and the salt, this winter was really hard on the bottoms of a lot of the cars.
Wally, when I think muscle cars, I think shit out. What does this project happen here in the laboratory?
This gentleman brought it into me. He did some motor work on it, and he stripped it down, and he's wanting me to put a wiring harness in for me. He picked up an aftermarket harness, and I'm in the process of installing it for him.
So you do refurbish old cars?
Oh, yeah.
That's one of your services, too?
Yes, sir.
So when I bring in my 63 Classic Rambler, and if I need the same type of repair, you can handle it?
Well, sure can. Don't do the paint work, but anything else we can help you with.
Excellent. Wally, I know you are the John Adams, think Cleveland Indians, bang those drums, of the Brooklyn City Council meetings. A fixture. How many meetings in 30, you moved to Brooklyn in 80, you started this business in 80.
Right.
How many city council meetings do you think you've attended?
Number-wise, I don't know. I think
Over
since 2000, I've probably missed 3 meetings.
Cal Ripken Jr. of Brooklyn City Council. Now I hear you're affiliated with Santa Claus, when they have Santa Claus for the kids. What do you actually do with Santa Claus? Do you drive the sleigh?
Yeah, I get to pull them around. We designed and built the sleigh that we're using presently, and I've been doing that since I moved into Brooklyn in '66. I've been out doing it.
You do it for the kids?
And that I haven't missed. And talk about consecutive council meetings, I haven't missed a year with Santa Claus since 1966.
I'm with Lou Gehrig, the Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr., and John Adams all in one. Wally. This has been a treat today. To come into Wally's Auto Service and see all the great services, learn about cars, see a classic American car, a Chevelle. This has been an excellent day here at Wally's Auto Service. I would highly recommend anyone in Brooklyn to take their car to Wally's Auto Service. Thank you, Wally.
Thank you.
Friends of Brooklyn, you've learned how to maintain your home, make it look immaculate, and you've learned how to repair your car. What a day. Stay tuned for our next show in August when we have Back to School. I know you kids love what I'm saying. Back to School. Love you, Brooklyn.